Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Meta for the grand final of the New South Wales ACT region. My name's Chris. It's a pleasure to join you as always, being joined as always as well by Gex. And well, today's stream, it's sponsored by Torrens University, Optus, and MSI. And if you are into gaming and esports, make sure you learn more about Torrens' game design, game programming, 3D design, and animation, and graphics and communication design courses. So, into the grand final now, Gex. A best of 7. It's going to be Hawkers taking on Caringbah. We've seen Caringbah a fair bit throughout the stream, but Hawkers, a little bit less so. So there's a little bit of a mystery around them in our
Yeah,
regards, I suppose.
I don't remember actually doing Hawker myself at all, so it's going to be an interesting one, and all the more so being that this is our finals for the region. It's going to be a best of 7, and the guys are getting straight into it as well.
Yep. Blue side of Hawkers already joined in here, so Caringbah will join very shortly, you would hope. And yep, here they come. 1, 2, and 3. So everyone's in for this single best of 7. Winner goes to nationals to take on the winners of the other states as time ticks down and we are away here in the New South Wales final. So it's a good starting from Caringbah. Tatagane going for an audacious pinch at the ceiling early on. Can only find the backboard though, so Caringbah's just going to have a quick reset while they can, but that's just going to allow Hawker to go onto the attack here. Ultras trying his best to keep the wall locked in. Proteus just losing control of the car. Lets it open to Tatagane to bring it on it to the corner.
Oh, and Tatagane is not somebody you want to allow to have that. We've seen him, and he's been such a name to call out over and over again. Hips to whale as well, no slouch. They work together extremely well. I'd say Jeremy probably more the defender, and there he is in defense now, pushing that away as well. So definitely filling their roles very, very well, but this team is so well rounded off that Caringbah is going to be a hard team for Hawker to beat, but they've made it this far. They're into the finals, so you cannot doubt them in any way.
Yeah, they've been strong, so that's why they're here. And let's see if they can push through as we get past the opening minute. No one has converted just yet here. Not many opportunities as well. The ball just hanging around in the midfield here as Ultras brings it off the backboard. Tatagane drops it down to hips to whale, but well played there by Fruity. Gets the demo to Cheromine, will open up for Hawker, and there we go. Opener to Ultras, and Hawker take the early lead.
And it did take them a little while to get here, but it looked like Caringbah had the strong start there, but a good, clever play there from Ultra will make sure that that's definitely a low, nice shot placed very well and take the first goal for it.
Yeah, first goal there for Hawker, and Ultras able to capitalise off the demo from Fruity to get that goal. And now he's looking for a quick fire second, but he won't get it just yet here. Hipswell clears it out. Fruity keeps the ball locked in for the moment. Cheromine, he goes on the save, but he misses the ball. Fruity will pick up the second.
Actually, an incredible redirect had you been planning that, but unfortunately it was supposed to be a save, just unable to make the right touch there. Had somebody else available as well, but I mean, it was a play he should have been able to go for, and unfortunately just didn't come off well. Hawker might be able to get a third there as well. This is running away from Caringbah. Some big mistakes early here, leading to a 3-0 lead by Hawker.
Yeah, perfect off the kickoff there from Fruity. Just sneaks it in to that bottom corner. No one there to save it as they went for the double commit on the kickoff. So yeah, 3-0 now, just like that. The tables are very, very quickly turned here in the favour of Hawker. And well, for Caringbah, this is sort of similar to what we saw in the semi-finals a few weeks ago, where they were a little bit slow out the gates early on, but yeah, I suppose the difference is though this is the best of that was a best of 3, which they did win, but now they're in a best of 7. They've got a bit more time to recover, but we know that they can do it.
Pretty a good pass in. Tatagane is going to get this out to Jeremy. That's a great pass in, actually. Jeremy up now, very high, looking for that dunk down to the bottom, but actually gets a bump instead. Tatagane almost able to finish it off with that read on the second touch there, but just blocked away nicely by Hawker again. It's really been quite a pleasure to watch Hawker, being that they are a team that we haven't seen much of in the season so far come in now on stream and really blow us away a little bit. They just are playing very, very consistently, but it's right now it's actually Caringbah on the attack, and they have pressure, but they've just been unable to get anything out with that, not able to open up that net, and it's that consistency from Hawker that's making sure that's not doable, but Tabagane will make sure it is at least once here, taking one back.
Now it's just continual attack there from Caringbah. The defense from Hawker really held on for a fair while, but eventually they were just able to break through the gaps there. Caringbah, Tatagane with a lot of pressure gets the goal in. Got 2 minutes remaining now. You would still think it's going to be quite hard for this squad from the Sutherland Shire to lift to pick up game one. Would be amazing if they do so, but yeah, against a Hawker team that has proven themselves to be more than confident on defense, it might be a bit of a tall order for him. But in saying that, Tatagane, very good attempt, but Proteus comes through with the save.
They do have the time though, and they've got the pressure, and maybe, just maybe, that one goal they got is enough to open the floodgates for them. It's definitely going to be tougher the longer this clock ticks down for without a goal. Jeremy up now, might be able to send this forward to Tatagane, again looking for this setup. It's a good shot, but it's just over the crossbar. It's going to come off the woodwork, and it's a very hard hit, both onto that backboard and to the team as this clock ticks away. 1 minute left.
Yeah, Tatagane getting close a fair few times now after getting that first goal, but just can't find it in just yet here. There's drop down attempt to Hipswell, but Ultras picks it up and immediately goes for a counter attack. Only Chermine there, and well, Ultras plays that well, just keeps the ball on the bonnet, and that is going to be game one, all but confirmed there for Hawker.
Yeah, I mean, just Jeremy under pressure here, knows that he has to get it away. Being that it's on Ultra's bonnet there, you have to expect the flick, but as soon as he goes up, Ultra knows he doesn't have to do anything. Lets it stay low, uses it as a fake, and puts it away. 3-goal lead is a huge way to take this out if they can do it in this fashion, and it looks like they can as Ultra sends it back downfield again. 30 seconds left remaining as Proteus sends it forward. Ultra's going to go back, and maybe a clear out here might save them from another mistake here as Hipster. Great mechanics. We've seen it from him before. It'll get blocked away by this amazingly consistent defense from Hawker there.
Yeah, and Ultras especially has gotten a fair few great saves in this opening game. Has really kept that scoreline down for Caringbah, so we'll be very annoyed about that. But for Ultras and the rest of his teammates on Hawker, they'll be more than happy with what they have seen here in game one. Tatagane will not pick up the consolation once again. Really denied by the woodwork, and Hawker picks up game one 4-1.
Yeah, it did look like probably some warm-up needing for Caringbah, but Hawker really had that consistency advantage. I mean, there was definitely more mechanics, I would say, in Caringbah, but Hawker just knew what to do to make sure that that game was safe, and that was a big thing for them. They just made sure every touch was safe, and when something opened up, they were able to take a goal, whether it be a little bit by chance or that was forced out of the game, or completely calculated, like that last goal from Ultra. A 3-goal lead, very well earned from the Hawker side.
It was indeed. Ultras and Fruity getting the getting 2 goals each there. Proteus doing some work in the midfield and in defense as well, getting a couple of saves to his name. So yeah, game 2 now, and as we've said before, Caringbah, they are a team that do tend to maybe be a little bit slow out of the gates in game 1. So especially in a best of 7 series where the pressure isn't as immediate as it is normally in our normal BO3s, there's still going to be a very good chance for them to come back here. So if you are a Caringbah fan, you've got plenty of time not to worry, because if they do what they normally do here, they are going to be lifting in the second game.
Absolutely. I know I said chance for this Hawker team, and that's kind of a taboo word when it comes to Rocket League, but when you play as consistently as they have been so far, chance does come into it. I mean, you can kind of sit and wait for those slightly lucky moments. I mean, there's a lot of skill involved with how these guys are playing, but they're using chance and using it extremely well, and that's come into their game in that first 3 goal victory. Very, very strong. Now, Hipsterwhale, a demo might be trying to take that consistency away from them by opening it up. Does so well, and Hipsterwhale can send it home off of a defender.
Yeah, they just get it in there. It was a bit of a chaotic first goal, but Hipsterwhale able to just get in time and put Fruity into a catch-22. The ball was all but secured in, and yeah, they'll get Caringbah the early lead here in this second game. They might look for more as Hipsterwhale nearly picks up the ball, gets into the corner, picks up 100 boost here, gets it to Tatagane. Ultras does block, but Hipsterwhale with the 100 boost able to go up for a second attempt. It's a bit too narrow, however, and Proteus will be able to clear it out. Tatagane has already made the rotation back in at time as Shermine has demoed Ultras as well, allows the attack to recommence here, and Tatagane gets the opportunity in front of the net, and there we go. Caringbah putting their foot down early in this second game.
This is something I was going to talk about Caringbah needing to really bring this back into their favour here. They really are working hard to open that goal up. It doesn't matter how consistent you are, if you can get those really aggressive plays, that bump play like the first goal, and now that beautiful centre and just pushing on them so hard to create that pressure, you will break that. And now Caringbah on top has used that exact kind of momentum very, very well. Proteus now trying to get that upfield, but Hipsterwhale, a good strong touch, goes out to Tatagane, and he's going to take it to the wall and look to maybe solo play this, but Ultra, again, that defense and speed by this man is incredibly useful to the team.
It is indeed. He gets so many opportunities for it as Hipsterwhale and Jeremiah just get so close, but they're both unable to get it past the crossbar there. Very unfortunate not to go 3-0. Really, even 4-0 there for Caringbah, but it is what it is for them now, and Hawken are now looking to try and get a response from it. Ultras comes through, he gets it on the near side, and that's going to be a goal to this blue side of Hawker. Ultras plays it well, the counter-attack with Proteus piling in the assist. And for Caringbah, well, they still got the 1-goal lead, but that security of a 2-goal lead is now gone for the moment.
Yeah, it was looking like Caringbah might be able to run away with this a little bit, but just that little bit of a misplay there by Jeremy might take that away from them here. They are in the danger zone again now as Hipsterwhale brings that to that wall. Fruity will go back and let Ultra take this up, looking to show his own mechanics here. Does get taken away from him by Hipsterwhale, and now we have to see how Caringbah performs under that pressure of being down to that 1-goal lead again. They know that they have to score if they want to bring this game into a safer position for themselves.
They want to regain that advantage they had before, so got another 2 minutes and 35 seconds to do it here as we get to the halfway point of this second game. Caringbah still looking to reclaim that 2-goal lead. Hipsterwhale has the opportunity, but Proteus just comes along and takes the ball away. Ultras punts it into the midfield, but Tatagane locks it back in. Hipsterwhale gets out of dodge there, but can't do too much with the play as Fruity does get the ball back into the midfield here. Ultras does so as well in the NRG car. Tatagane just puts it back into the midfield here. Proteus steals it away. Tremine has to go up for the defensive play. Just slots it into the corner. Tatagane now, once again, passing it up to Hipsterwhale for the old 1-2. Back to Tatagane. This is a pretty decent attempt, but Fruity will easily read a Hipsterwhale though. Second attempt. Oh, that nearly went in with the help of Ultras, but the ball just sails past harmlessly, and still a 2-1 scoreline as we enter the final 100 seconds. Shermine trying to look for something, but will be immediately blocked off.
And it's really, really displaying this back and forth, showing so much why both these teams are here in the finals and why they got here in such a similar fashion. I mean, Hawker's 2-1ing Pulse Clan to get here tonight, and Caringbah 2-1ing Fractal. So close matches out there, but both of them winning by similar amounts, and or the same amount, I should say. And it's showing why nearly another one from Tatagane trying to take that lead, that 2-goal lead back, but with a minute left, it's starting to matter less as the clock ticks down. Ultra pushing on this does create a lot of threat on them for this to even up now, though. Jeremy gets an important touch there, gets it out to Tadagane, who still has boost, is able to follow this down and be in position for Hips to Whale to make a pass, but has to wait for it to come off the backboard. Now will recenter himself. A great pass out for Hips to comes off the backboard, and it's that crossbar again. Has been lethal to Caringbah so far.
Yeah, that crossbar getting so many saves through him here, and well, hasn't cost them the game just yet here. They still have that 1-goal lead with 30 seconds remaining, but if Hawk are able to build on this pressure they've just built, well, that could be the case to Rue, but just like that, one little defensive lapse, and Hipsterwell finally regains that 2-goal lead for Caringbah, and just look at this, able to just position himself just behind Ultras. Proteus was caught mid-rotation, he can't get back in time. And there we go, Caringbah looking like they will tie it up here in after game 2 here with a 1-all series scoreline. 20 seconds remaining though. You never know, Hawker might just pull off a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, it is doable. It's 1 goal every 11 seconds from that starting point. But now 10 seconds as the clock ticks down. It's looking completely impossible as Hipsterwhale and Tadagane take control. It's still in the side of the field of Hawker, and they need that shot now at 0 seconds. It has to be over, and Caringbah will take game 2, evening the series up and showing us why both of these teams are here.
Yeah, really good stuff there from Caringbah. They had the advantage in that game for the most part, but yeah, their shooting definitely needs to improve a little touch, you have to say. There are a lot of attempts going onto the crossbar. A lot of attempts also well saved by Hawker as well. That defense just proving to be a continual thorn in Caringbah's side. But yeah, I'm just looking at the shot statistics there. 10 shots overall for only 3 goals. Yeah, given the fact that how many went off the crossbar, you feel like that probably can be a bit high from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a huge amount of shots there. But Caringbah does tend to be the more aggressive of these two teams, and that's come out very quickly. Not that that's necessarily saying that that's in their favor. Hawker are just playing a very different game to Caringbah, but that game, Caringbah made sure that they played the entire game their way, and that made it very much easier for them to be able to take this out. I mean, they just played the entire game at their pace up in the opponent's field, and really didn't give Hawker enough chances to clear out and get that response play style that Hawker was looking for.
Yeah, Hawker were just denying that for the most part. We did see it work when they did get the opportunity. We saw a lot of pressure towards the end of that game, and also they got that goal as well from, well, it was a pretty nice counter attack. So yeah, so a lot to like if you're a Hawker fan here as we get into our 3rd game, as the series is now tied up at 1-all. And Hipswell looking for the early attempt here. Will center it, but Ultra's already there to save. Tatagane keeps it on the attack for now here. So Caringbah once again just going for early aggression. And this could just work out, but Proteus comes through. Gets the save there. Chermai locks it in. We'll actually have an attempt there, but Proteus with the 2nd save back-to-back. Ultrasound position just clears it away from Hipswell, but it nearly finds Tatagane. Fruity comes through and puts it into the midfield, but Chermai once again locks it in. No one there in the center, however, so Proteus just parries it back into the wall here, but that's a nice demo off screen there. And that is a nice bump as well, just keeping that pressure up for Caringbah as they look to try and get the opening goal just past the opening minute.
Yeah, now Fruity pushing us away again. Caringbah, some nice pressure here, but the early pressure actually came from Hawker here, and that's good for them, showing that they have that versatility to play in their opponent's field and not just play responsively. They are still looking for that, but now they have to push out a field to be able to do that. Fruity in the corner will be able to carry this high and look for his teammates, but with 0 boost, can't reach the ball. Ultra can put this into the corner for safety. Tadagane tries to follow it through, gets it to a teammate who just doesn't go. Open opportunities, and with 3 opponents in goal, just pushed away again. An unbelievable shot from Fruity. Long shot across field. Will take use of Caringbah's aggression. Gets it past Tadagane, and what a goal out of it.
Yeah, good stuff there from that defensive Hawker just to keep firm for as long as they did. Caringbah, just a bit too pushed up here. So when that midfielder came in to try and keep the ball locked in, Fruity was able to just get past. He had an open net from it, and he just had to tap it in, and he does so. So Walker takes the early lead here, but that's probably going to just open up more aggression from Caringbah here. Proteus, though, trying to nerf it as quickly as he can, but ball stolen just past the midfield here. Hipswell carries it through, gets it to Tatagane, who pops it into the corner. Still has control of the ball, however. That's a nice little flick up here. Is there anyone there to send it in? No, there isn't. Jeremiah just got blocked off and now has to scurry back for boost. Hipswell just puts it onto the wall here. Ultras and Proteus in dangerous positions, but Caringbah able to just clear it away with that double commit as we enter the halfway point of our third game of this best of 7 series. Walker looking to just hold on here for a minute as Caringbah, well, they're stuck in defense here. Something they haven't really need to be doing for the opening at 2.5.
I think this is probably the closest of all the matches so far. Tatagane proving me correct as he sends that one home and evens it up. A really well received ball there off of an opponent. Just takes it well, props it up high and continues it forward. So much momentum and just carries it home. Tatagane with just unbelievable mechanics, and that shot is showing exactly why he individually belongs in this finals.
Yeah, he is. He has been the standout player for Caringbah throughout the season. There's no question about it here. Jeremiah going for an attempt here, and I just want to point out, compared to what we saw in the semi-finals, Jeremiah's actually going on attack a lot more, which is actually very nice to see. In the semi-finals, that player was just stuck behind for so long, and well, leave that aside for the moment as Hipsterwell will get the lead there for Caringbah with a minute 45 remaining, and that could be a very crucial goal.
But I mean, it's that defensive play style from Jeremy that it allows plays exactly like that to go on. Tatagane and Hipsterwell, these players all play a very certain role on their team, and while it's very important and very promising, like you're saying, to see Jeremy upfield like that, when he plays his role so well, just filling that out is very, very important, and being able to momentarily cover the other roles really, really pushes this team to their limit, and it shows their absolute ability and as a team as well as individuals. But yeah, they really do have that set up incredibly well, and when you see plays like that out of Tatagane and Hipsterwale, you see why these guys work so well together.
Indeed, and well, it's worked well for him throughout the season, so yeah, and that's why they're here with 1 minute remaining now in this third game. Won't be our final game, as this is a best of 7, so they will need to win 2 more if they do win this third game to make it to the national stage, as time slowly but surely ticks down here for their opponents in Hawker, who once again are in a familiar position to the last game here. They're behind with 1 goal in the final 30 seconds, but they're just stuck in defense now. They can't really get a solid attack going for too long here, but this could just be it here. They need to get the next touch. Fruity gives it to him, but Tatagane immediately punts the ball out. Hipswell's there just to burn a bit of clock, and with 10 seconds remaining, this is looking very, very good here for Caringbah to pick up game 3 as we enter the final 3 seconds. Walker, they're fighting on well here, but they're just not doing enough as the ball hits the ground, and Caringbah picks up game 3.
Yeah, and you know, it is only a 1-game advantage, but it's exactly that reason that shows why these teams should be facing off in the finals. So well matched, and that game was just as close as the last. It looked even closer at the beginning there, but Caringbah started to really gather themselves and play their play style again there towards the end and of that match, and it showed why these guys play the way they do, and they became dominant as a result of it.
Yeah, indeed. So, we are going to have a little halftime break now, but before we do have a competition to promote here, and that's thanks to our sponsors at the Billy Brew College of Design at Torrens University. It's one of our main sponsors here. So, if you do head to the link that one of our producers or our moderators is going to put in the chat, you can win a PAX VIP trip for 2 and an online session with a professional League of Legends player or a streamer from Legacy Esports, which, pretty good. They have a pretty decent team at the moment, and they have a fair few good streamers as well. So all you have to do, you just have to go to the link, fill out the form, which, as I said, someone will be putting out in the chat, and you'll be in the running to win that prize. A pretty good one, if I do say so myself, especially the PAX prize, which would be amazing. But anyhow, we are going to go to a short break now. We'll be back with the remainder of the series after this. Yep. Welcome back, everyone, to the Meta Rocket League Grand Finals for the New South Wales and ACT, brought to you by our wonderful sponsors in Torrens, University, Optus, and MSI. I'm Chris, that's Gex once again, and, well, we've had 3 games of this series done and dusted, and, well, if they continue to live up to the hype, yeah, I think the second half of this will be pretty darn good.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been so well matched so far that it's definitely a series to watch, and probably one of our closest series for the entire season, and absolutely deserved, being that both of these teams 2-1 to get here to the finals as well. So really, really well matched teams, and it's especially important that they are, considering we haven't seen Hawkers much this season, not on stream, and they really play a very different game style to Caringbah, but they've turned up very, very well today, and now they are down by 1, but still every chance for them to pull this back.
Yeah, I mean, we saw from their defense, they have a very good chance of just holding off their opponents if they can just keep things nice and tidy. So, they have every chance here of clawing back that 1-game disadvantage as Tatagane goes to the skies early on here. Proteus immediately in position to get an easy save. Ipswell is able to control the ball past Proteus, but Tatagane can't finish it off. Cheromine locks it in once again, and Ultra is able to just tap it down to his teammate in Fruity. So Caringbah looking for that early aggression once again here, forced to take a little reset, but able to push the ball immediately back on to attack your Ultras. Just can't do too much at the moment here, so just leaves the ball to his teammate in Fruity. Hipsterwell looking for the 1-2, but once again, Ultras doing a lot of work for his team there, just blocking off the corner and pushing the ball away.
You consider respect out of Caringbah for this Hawker team, though. There, they could have just gone for a direct shot on goal. They knew the likelihood of scoring that on a team like Hawker was low, so they opted for the backboard and went for a passing play. It didn't work out for them, but it really does show that they need that opening touch. A good shot there from Ultra, again, the same thing. It wasn't enough. They need to open that goal up, to create the opportunity before they shoot on target, because both of these teams definitely can have their defense sorted on times, and I think Hawker is probably the more reliable of the two on that front.
In saying that, we haven't seen Caringbah be in defense that much compared to Hawker, so yeah, Caringbah, they have been the more aggressive team, but Hawker, they do get out, they can put the pressure on as well, but they need to try and deny it here. They won't be able to. Hipster Whale comes through to finish off the play from Tatagane, and Caringbah, once again, the first goal to them.
Yeah, a huge pass down from Tatagane there as well. He identified he didn't have the angle. I mean, how could you from there? It would have been incredible touch to get that angle. So instead of going for that low chance, passes down off of that corner, doesn't play selfishly, which is a great asset to a player like Tatagane as well, because when you've got that mechanical ability, when you can do those 1v1 outplays, it's difficult not to go for them, and to be able to go for that team play instead is a huge asset to a player like this.
Yeah, it is pretty, it's pretty important to have, and well, if you do have a few players like that on your team, it can prove to be all the difference. So at the moment, from it, they get the 1-goal lead past halfway point here, and Tatagane might be looking for that solo play now, but Ultras does clear it into defensive, so once again picks up the ball, controls it onto the corner. Fruity gets a little touch to it here, but might open up for Cheromai, but sides against it there. Tatagane back in defense, however, it's just going to try and pick up the ball, but Fruity keeps it in for the moment here, so a bit of pressure for Hawker as the ball goes across the face of the net here. Ultras up into the sky, gives it to Fruity. Nice little touchdown, but can only find the backboard. Ultras can't finish off the play as well, so that's going to allow Tatagane to clear out the ball here. Proteus picks it up in his own backfield. That will allow the pressure to keep on coming here from Hawker, but they do need to find a goal soon here, and yeah, they need to try and open up the net, because at the moment, Caringbah, they're playing two-man in defense, and that is working out a pretty good treat for them.
And opening up the net is really the key. You're absolutely right. They are going for more direct shots, and we talked about that kind of respect from Caringbah not doing that and really making sure that their plays up until the shot were fantastic. When you just pepper the backboard with shots, yes, you can create pressure, but if they're not good enough, if you are not respecting your opponents with very tough shots to block, for each of those, it can actually create the opposite effect. You can create confidence in your opponents, in their ability to save, and then it becomes even harder. What a great fake, though, down to Fruity, delivers that ball to him, and it's going to be an even game.
Ultras plays that perfectly there, fakes out Hipster Whale, and well, he does that to a T. Fruity given open air, goes straight on into the net, and yeah, that's the crucial play there from Hawker. They finally opened up the net. They finally have the numbers up front to do it, and they get awarded for it here. So 45 seconds remaining now in this equal game. Both teams looking to now try and find the that second goal that might push them either into match point or a series tire, as final 30 is now nearly upon us here. Hawker with possession at the moment. Caringbah just stuck in defense now. We did say before, but Caringbah is normally the team with the pressure here, so to be seeing them on defense is a little bit odd for so long, but eventually Hipster does punt it out, but it might only be for a reset here. Tatagane actually does time it well to get a touch there, but it only goes straight back in line, so Hipster has to try and find something here. Gets bumped off the play, Ultras clears out the ball, and that should mean overtime will be in play. Never mind that. Proteus comes through, gets the buzzer beater, and ties it up for Hawker in the series.
I cannot believe this just happened after not finding each other all game. Some really soft shots on goal. Hawker finally find that banger into net off of an insanely good pass, and it's on 0 seconds, bringing them the victory in the match and tying up the series.
Oh, that was a huge moment there from Proteus. Seen a lot of players in those pressure moments just miss an easy attempt like that, but he was able to line it on in. I believe that's his first goal for the series as well, so huge stuff there for that player to get the game winner in number 4. Ties the series up 2-2. And yeah, this is turning into an absolute series and a half here. Hawker, after being stuck on defense for so long in our first 3 games, well, finally able to break out, finally able to put that pressure on the Caringbah, and from both goals just came from nice, consistent pressure, which just led to that little defensive error.
But you see why they were in defense in that first game as well, in the attack that they had. They aren't prepared to make the passing plays that they need to open up a team like Caringbah. And against the lower teams, their playstyle probably worked extremely well. But Caringbah has consistency themselves. And when they can be on attack and not open up enough for Hawker to break through, that's when they get their wins. Hawker finally did play that different playstyle, showed some versatility in their game, and played it well enough to just barely eke out that win. I still think Caringbah has the advantage on that play style, and it wouldn't be what I was choosing for Hawker, but they have to be able to take the chances when they're available, and they did so extremely well this time.
Yeah, they took the opportunities and they get the win from it here. So series tied up at 2-2 now here. Winner goes on to match point of this 5th game. And kick things off. The ball just hovers into the midfield for the moment. Proteus, Ipswell and Fruity all going for it here, but Tatagane eventually picks it up, looking to open up the attack early on here for Caringbah. Cheremai can only tap it back. Ipswell, oh, if that was a bit of an awkward touch, that might have gone straight into his own net, would have been disastrous, but he keeps the ball rolling forward here, able to bump off Ultras. Tatagane, can he finish it off? Yes, he can. A perfect set up there from Hipswell, and Tatagane finishes off.
And this is exactly why Caringbah should be playing this playstyle. What incredible teamwork out of these guys. I mean, that setup there with that final bump, it could have been an attempt at a shot. It wouldn't have gone in, but he chose the bump. He chose to rely on his teammates and have that trust. Sends it out, reaches his teammate just barely. Tatagane, the one-man play though. This is what you wait for from Tatagane. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, that is huge from him there. Gets the quick fire double and puts Caringbah in a commanding position here. Heading into the end of the first minute here. 2-goal lead now for him here, and this could even be a third if Tatagane had his way, but Proteus able to prove himself as an effective wall there, just blocks him off. Cheremai going for the long range up, but just denied once again by the post. So unfortunate, that should have been in, but the physics of the game say no, that's a very, very unfortunate for Cheremai.
Rocket League physics strike again. You have to say, in the earlier games, Ultras was really stepping up in that defensive standing for the game, and he was one of the main reasons they were able to get those response goals, break out away from an aggressive team such as Caringbah, but they haven't been able to do so, and that is totally up to Caringbah having just really warmed up. I mean, they are on top of their game right now and finding each other incredibly well. That was a bit of a dangerous one though, and Hipster's gonna have to put it well back. He does, and it's away again as they get the attack back on.
That's back on here for Ultras now, but the ball just stopped in his tracks here, but that's looking very dangerous. Proteus goes to the shot, but sends it high. Ultras follows through from underneath, and will finally get the first one on the board here for Hawker. And once again, they just drew out all the defenders, just like the goals they had in the last game. They just drew out the defenders in the net, opened up, and gave themselves an easy shot to convert.
Yeah, and I'm going to give Proteus the benefit of the doubt and say he meant to go high there with that shot as well, because a brilliant, brilliant passing play coming off of that and setting up that backboard up. It was a nice low and not too quick play, and it almost guaranteed a goal for them, and it just struck very, very well at the end by Ultras to send it home as well. So, you know, Hawker really proving that that versatility can come into their game. They just have to work it into their own play style, not change theirs completely, because they do get outclassed sometimes when they play a style they're not used to. Proteus going to put that away again now as that gets shot forward. Ultras going to push this back. And again, they are going to struggle to find each other upfield like that because it's not their normal playstyle.
Hipsterwell going for the attempt, and finally the crossbar works for him here. Hipsterwell, I think he even hit the sidebar as well there. Look at the replay. Look at this. The mechanics come through. Once again, Tatagane fakes such a crucial setup as well. Puts him in a glorious position. In a tight spot though, but he's able to just finish it up. Hipsterwell, well played there to quickly regain that 2-goal lead here for Caringbah. But now it's time for Hawker to respond again. Can they find a response here within the next minute or so? Because they are able to do so. That's going to put them in a huge position heading into the final minute of action where they possibly might just strike back. But Tatagane puts a dagger through the hearts there. 3-goal lead now for Caringbah. And this is now starting to look less than peachy for that blue side.
Yeah, and you know, it has to be Tatagane to get that first hat-trick as well. 5 shots on the board, 3 goals coming out now. And he is leading their team through. All 3 players still playing their part brilliantly well. But Tatagane has been the standout almost for the entire season, really, of any team. And now he's showing it yet again as it comes out. This could be a huge match for them in this best of 7.
It could be indeed. Ultras, though, just flies through to get another goal there for Hawker as the floodgates might have just opened up here. Ultras just plays well, follows his backboard play nicely there, and the defender's just out of position. Jeremiah was jumping away from the ball, but that jump was a bit too early, and that just opened it up. And well, the gap now down to 2 here, but Tatagane immediately looking to bring it back to 3. Just won't be able to though. The crossbar cruelly denying what could have been a 5th for Caringbah.
Hipster stopped dead. It might be an issue here. It looks like he might actually be away, but he's back now. Proteus going to push in on him personally as Ultras puts that off the ceiling, tries to follow it out for the read, but Tatagane, too smart for that, puts it away to the side for safety. Looking for his team now, pushes forward again. He might be able to go for a solo play, but out of the ceiling, he will look for a teammate surely. Comes down, Hipsterwell in position, but will leave it for his teammate. It's just not available for him though, and Hipster just barely actually getting a touch before the opponent can slam that one home. Very close.
Yeah, very close indeed. I was in for more money, but somehow everyone just left the ball to his own devices and it got cleared out. But might not prove to be a crucial difference here as we enter the final 40 seconds. Hipsterwell just picks up the ball in the midfield here. Hawker desperately need a goal soon here to have any sort of hope of challenging Caringbah in this game number 5. Fruity going up for the play. Jeremiah just proves to be a little bit of a block there, and Hipsterwell clears it out of danger for the moment. Tatagane can't get a touch to it. Proteus puts it onto the backboard. Fruity though, he can't find a touch. Ultras has been demoed in the midfield. Tatagane on a break, and sayonara to Hawker in game number 5. Caringbah have an unassailable 5-2 lead here.
And you saw Hawker pushing up for that. They looked good for it, and you saw last game how well they perform under pressure. Just unable to take it back here again. They needed 2, and they had just barely the time to do it. They are out of time now. 10 seconds ticks down, and Fruity goes up. They are going to look for one more to take away with them at the very least, but Tatagane is going to deny it, along with Jeremy. Now Hipsterwell sends it forward, looking for one more for themselves, but it gets put to the ground, and Caringbah will come out on top exactly where they were.
Yep, Caringbah regains the one series game lead now, and that is going to be huge from here because they're only 1 win as well now away from securing the championship here in the New South Wales ACT region and making it to nationals.
Yeah, absolutely huge. 1 away, and could be that could have been our penultimate match if it goes well for them in the next one, but let's hope Hawker can push back and show us the full series here. They've been able to go tit for tat so far, and Hawker are looking good if they're going to follow that again to take this back and send us there to match 7, but they have to do well here. Caringbah have been looking stronger and stronger as this series goes on, and Hawker are just struggling to find the strategy that works against them because this play style doesn't match up particularly well for them. Caringbah are the aggressive team that they'd like to play against, but they also have the consistency that they need to not be there to make those response plays happen.
Yeah, especially after that last game where they just had full control of the game for the most part. It just really just stifled Hawker out as Tatagane once again gets the scoring off well here. Set up nicely by Hipswell in a hold 1-2. And yeah, off the corner. This is going to be very hard for Ultras to save that one. So Tatagane converts and a 1-0 lead once again to Caringbah.
Yeah, absolutely huge, and I think that might be 6 in a row for Tatagane now. It's a huge amount of shots out of him, and he's going to be racking up some stats for this series. But we're talking about how well Caringbah had control in the last game. It's put back into hand again already by Tatagane. Hipster Whale's going to look to try and secure the grip on it even further, but it's going to come off of that lethal crossbar once again.
Yeah, indeed. That crossbar just proving to be such an effective block there against Caringbah that, yeah, it's just unfortunate for him, is it?
It's a good thing that Hawker really planned that crossbar to be there.
Yeah. You never know, but anyway. Anyways, Jeremiah, once again, doing pretty well in the third man position today, getting a lot of opportunities set up for the team in the midfield, proving to be a very effective nuisance as well for Hawker. And yeah, Hipsel as well, doing more of the similar role here. We did see him lift fortnight ago now as well in the semifinals, but today it seems to be the Tatagane show as, if that went in, that would have been spectacular from Hipswell, but alas, the redirect just goes a bit too high there. Tatagane looking to try and find his teammate, but Proteus just blocked off here, but Tatagane solo play, there it is, 2-0 to Caringbah.
Yeah, brilliant play from Tatagane here. Slow play initially on Proteus, waits it down and then gets that pop-up to get it over Fruity and the second defender as well. And yeah, now Hawker is really struggling to find an answer for any of the shots that Caringbah are bringing up, because the level these shots are coming in at is so extreme. This is not what I expect to see out of a high school team. This is guys that I want to see fighting for the RLCS title in Australia, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're playing pretty darn well here. Maybe not to the same levels of Bubble Team, but getting close to it as Ultras comes through with a very crucial save there just to keep Hawker in with a glimmer of hope. Jeremiah once again in the midfield, just getting that little tap to push the ball back onto attack here, but eventually his teammates need to find a boost here, so they are going to reset here. Tatagane is going to start up the play yet again here. Ultras goes up, but loses control. Tatagane might just control it down. No, might just run out of boost. Hipswell, second attempt. No. Fruity already there for the save. Ultras clears it out, but Tatagane once again locks the ball in here. Gets it across, but Hipswell can't get to it in time. Fruity with the clear out. Hipswell picks it up on the backboard. And once again, Caringbah just caught on defense at the moment here. This is a perfect opportunity for Hawker to strike. Ultras open net, and there's a goal tucked into the bottom right corner.
Right as you said it too, perfect opportunity. Proteus, a great little touch there. Forced an awkward situation. Hipster tried his best, but with 3 men in the corner, finally Caringbah make that aggressive mistake that Hawker are looking for. Their playstyle pays off and they take one back. It's still going to be a tough game for them with 2 minutes left. They have to make this one work maybe, but not going to be, as Ultra tries to set it up again. A little bit of a mistouch there will go to Jeremy as Proteus comes up, and man, Hawker are in a good position to take this one back. We're looking at a very similar game to the 0-second goal we saw last time.
Yeah, that was to win, but if that happens again, that would be OT. That would be a spectacular way to end the series or push us into a game 7, as you see a crucial demo there from Hipster Whale. Fruity now trying to push the ball forward. We'll get some help with Ultras here. The ball's just dribbling forward, and it's in! It's in on the near side! And just like that, Hawker gets the equalizer with 1:19 remaining.
And now they are set up for that 0-second win goal again. Not that they'd be looking to do it at 0 seconds, but 1:19 is more than enough time to come out on top of this outright, and Caringbah should be very, very worried right now. They are really lifting. Hawker has worked something out here. They have just just absolutely nailed something about their opponents. They are back in this in a fearsome way, and now Caringbah, the threat of being pushed to this game 7, they are on match point, but it isn't game point, and that's what Hawker are about to demonstrate. Ultra couldn't quite get the redirect done.
God, if that redirect went in, that would have been huge. But for now, 45 seconds remaining on that clock. Hipstowell looking to try and regain the lead here, but Ultras will deny him of that. Fruity brings the ball to the wall here. Just going to take his time, but Tatagane steals the ball. It is nearly on target, but Ultras clears it away. Hipstowell locks it into the attacking third as the players are given the 30-second warning. Tatagane just puts it onto the wall here, might open it up, but both Proteus and Fruity just misses the ball, gives it to Tatagane. 1-2, how do you do that, Tatagane? Gets the lead with 17 seconds remaining, and Caringbah once again in the lead here in the dying moments of game number 6. This could just be it for him here. What can Hawker do? Is this going to be excruciatingly close for him here? Can they rally, or is this the end of the line? Ultras going for a booming attempt, but it will be a bit too narrow there as the clock ticks into single digits. Tatagane takes his time for that clear. Fruity misses the ball, and that could just be it here. Jeremiah puts it to the wall. Hipswell gets a touch. That will hit Terra Firma, and Caringbah are the best in New South Wales. They go to Nationals, and they are your state champions.
Yeah, what a man to lead him there. I mean, Tatagane again with the hat trick, brings it home to last second. You ask how he does that. The crazy thing is he could absolutely tell you, because he does it with so much consistency. Every time he went for one of those backboards, just about nailed it. It wasn't even the toughest shot he went for. It brought them home with that 1-goal lead. Hawker pushed so hard. They were well-matched teams, but the play style difference just was too much. Caringbah's proving dominant over that playstyle of Hawker, that responsiveness coming out of them very, very strong throughout the entire season so far. Just doesn't bring it home for them, though, as Caringbah push this through. What an unbelievable series from them. I mean, Jeremy didn't get a shout out as much as he probably deserved. Lower points than most of his teammates almost every match, but the amount of effect his presence had on each game should not be underestimated. I want that to be clear.
Yeah, typical third man syndrome, as I like to call it, in the points tomorrow in Rocket League. You just you do a lot, but just never really shows up because you only get touches and not many assists and goals or whatnot. But yeah, Jeremiah definitely performed pretty darn well today. So yeah, that was a pretty good performance from him here. MVP now. Before
I don't think we even have to discuss it, do we?
Yeah, nah, I think it's blatantly obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tatagane has just performed out of his mind here, and yeah, well deserving of the MVP. So congratulations to him. But we are gonna take a break, I believe. But before we do so, just another shout out to wonderful sponsors at Torrens University, Optus, and MSI, and also a reminder about our PAX VIP experience competition brought to you by the Billy Blue College of Science at Torrens. The prizes, once again, you can win a trip to PAX with flights and hotels included, plus a online session with either one of the league pros or a streamer from Legacy Esports. Very good prize that. So if you do want to sign up, head on into the link in the Twitch chat. But for now, I believe we're going to a break here. So I think we're back with an interview. So
Really?
I think so.
That's the plan, at least.
Yeah, that's the plan at least. So yeah, we'll get that to you soon enough, and we'll be back. And welcome back, everyone, to the Meta High School League, the wrap up for what was a pretty darn good final from the New South Wales and ACT region. I'm Chris, that's Gex, and we're joined by the winning captain from the Caringbah Calculators, Hipsterwell. Hipsterwell, congratulations on what was a pretty good series victory there. Tell me, how are you feeling after that win?
Okay. So it was a very good series. GG's to them. We played them earlier in the league. I don't know, it was week 3 or 4. They really stepped up during the finals. They played out of their minds today, and I think they can continue to improve if they play more. Today, I'd say we played pretty well. I think it was the small nuances that really hindered our performance, like double commits, rotational issues. But I think overall we kept up the pressure, and I think we overpressured them, and I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. You did incredibly well, and props to you for shouting out Hawker as well. Those little issues, though, that you're talking about, I mean, really, I think that with your aggressive playstyle as a team, that does kind of tend to be a niggling issue for any team that has that kind of aggressive forward playing style. You do see some double commits, but I have to commend you guys. You did cover them very, very well. I was impressed on that front. I'd like to ask you on, I think it was second to last game, did you think you were getting that top right shot when you spiked that down? Because that is one of the most narrow angle spikes into a top corner I've ever seen.
Oh, that one, yeah. No, because I saw them double commit. I was like, oh, that's a goal.
Perfect.
That's basically it. It was a good
Yeah.
pass from Tatagane. Tatagane really lifted the team, honestly.
Yeah, and I was actually going to ask, how is it having a player like Tatagane in your team? Because from every time we see him, we're just continually impressed by him, and he really proves to be a
He's
positive
basically
force.
team captain. I'm just here, honestly.
They speak well, and I can see why. But yeah, I mean, despite him being clearly an incredible player, I think not only would he be player of the day today, and he was awarded our MVP, I would personally call him out as probably one of the best players of the entire season of the Meta HSE this season round. He really has lifted. But you guys all stepped up very, very individually. I know that your third teammate coming in there definitely stayed back a lot more. Was Jeremy's strategy there something that you planned from the beginning?
Okay, so with our playstyle, because so basically Tatagane is basically the all-round player. I'm basically the assisting player or the solo player, and Jeremy is the deep third man. He's there when we need him to be, and he can clear very well. And he's there when we need him for offensive pressure. So that's what we've decided on. So Jeremy stays deep third, and me and Tatagane do our own thing in the offense. And if we need Jeremy, we call him up.
Yeah, well, it has turned into a pretty good winning combination. But just before we do let you go, Hipswell, I do want to ask you, what's your expectation now for nationals? Because obviously you've got to prepare for that, and well, especially from Victoria, the teams down there, they might prove to be a very worthwhile challenge. So, how are you feeling heading
Mm.
into the final stages?
What we're thinking is, we don't want to think too much about it. We just want to have the right mindset. We're going into this and we want to win. That's how we're thinking about it. If
I
if
mean,
they win, they're just the better team. We need to
that's
put more work
fair.
in.
That's a very healthy mindset to go into. I think a lot of teams actually struggle with that. So, props to you guys for being able to be real with yourselves. But yeah, definitely in with a big chance there. I think so. Don't sell yourselves short. I'm personally very keen to see you guys there, and looking forward to it myself. Chris, anything left to say?
Not too much else to say apart from thank you very much, Hipswell. Congratulations and good luck
Thank
in
you.
nationals.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Thank you very much. And well, that also does it for us tonight here on the broadcast. Gex, any final words before we head into the abyss?
Not too much to say. I mean, the series was really summarized by the plays. Caringbah played incredibly well. Hawker really did put up that fight, but each individual play out of Caringbah was the story here tonight. You could see it every time they scored. Just very dominant in that aggression, and when it came to goal finesse, just on top of the standings right now as well. So huge congratulations yet again to Caringbah, and of course that MVP as well in Tatagane.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations to Caringbah and commiserations to Hawker, who played a very good series, but unfortunately fall short in six. So, for all that being said, thank you all very much for watching. I've been Chris, that's been Gex. Thanks to our sponsors at Torrens, Optus, and MSI. And remember, if you are into gaming and esports, which I presume you are if you are watching the stream, make sure you to learn more about Torrens' game design, game programming, 3D design and animation, and graphics and communication design courses. All the links, I believe, is down below. But until next week for the Victorian Rocket League finals, we will say goodbye for now and see you then for more Rocket League action here at Meta.